Hello, lovely people. Welcome to another episode of Backstage with Fred. This time I am in Bristol in the UK for Umbraco Spark. It's not my first Umbraco event, but it is my first Umbraco Spark. And as always, community, the people are amazing. Great talks. I mean, like, both of us were speakers, so that put...
We're a little bit biased.
Yeah, a little bit of bias here, but it's great. So I'm with Joe. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I've had a great day.
Wonderful.
And the sun's out still, even at the end of the day.
The sun's out. I was not going to comment on that because every videos I do, I talk about the weather because the weather is nicer everywhere because I'm from Canada and like I recorded those videos mostly during winter time.
Yep.
So everywhere I go, even when people are like, oh, it's a little bit like, colder or chilly today, I'm like, no, it's not.
It's great.
Like, it's great for me. So, okay, another comment about winter in Canada, but I
Sorry,
agree, the sun is
that was
nice.
my fault though.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I mean, weather is nice, it's beautiful. I'm just again happy to be here. So, first question for you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, I am a senior full stack but .NET heavy developer. I work for a digital agency called Bump, and I'm well invested in community though. That's one of my passions is software communities. So.
We're gonna come back on
We are
this
gonna come back to
because
that.
it's a topic that is close to my heart
Yeah.
for the last, I don't know, how long I've been like in tech. But first question for you, people that are watching Backstage with Fred, you learn about Umbraco. I did an interview a couple of months ago when I was at the Umbraco US Festival in Chicago. But now I am at Umbraco Spark in the EU. Tell us a little bit about the conference. You're a veteran, as far as I know.
I've been quite a few years now, too many years. I think this is the 6th Umbraco Spark conference, so it's not been around for too long, but it's the Umbraco conference in the UK, so we have a couple of them, but this one is all about innovation. It's very developer focused. They're really fussy with their talks. It's like developer stuff and things developers need to know about, and there's very little marketing and anything else. We have another conference the other side of the year, so October time, and that's kind of everyone, but this is like the techie stuff.
Yeah.
And it's in Bristol, which is lovely because it's where I live, so it's very easy to get to. But it's I think that's kind of covers the vibe, right? Have I missed anything?
I cover it, and I think I'm going to say that not just to be nice, but like I really like the Umbraco community. Like people are so welcoming. I mean, I'm new in the community. I was there at the Umbraco US Festival. This is my first time in Europe for Umbraco event, and people were just nice and like come talk to me, introduce me to other people, and there's that friendly vibe which resonate with the tagline of Umbraco itself, which is like the friendly. CMO.
Yeah, I'm not wearing my friendly hoodie, but I normally am.
But this is the vibe that I get from the conference. So and I was lucky enough to be also one of the speaker. I talk about like how if you want to keep using TinyMCE within Umbraco, there's a package done by ProWork, but we're not here to talk about my talk. I want to talk about your talk. So you talk about community, like open source. Can you give us like a too long didn't read, or actually people that are watching that were not at a conference, like what did you talk about?
So I talked about how software communities can be valuable to a company. So my aim was to get into the managers and the people that are making decisions for developers about how involved a community with the community that your team should be, right?
I remember at the beginning of your talk, I think you asked like, who are the people managing other people? And so like the talk's gonna be for you, sorry about the other people. And I was like, no, that's good. That's the people you need to talk about because they're the one usually taking the decision or deciding like how people is gonna spend their time.
Yeah,
so,
that's it. And it's something that actually the developers in the room know what the value of community is, right? And I know that I'm in my career where I am now because I'm involved in an open source community. And my current job I got because my boss knew who I was. So for me, it's very, very obvious how valuable a community is for personal development. But it's not necessarily so obvious for people who aren't in that world. But if you're in charge of developers who want to be in that world, then it's important you know about it, right? So I was sort of covered what a software community is and how it's open source contributions, but it's also attending conferences, it's attending meetups, it's interacting on forums and Stack Overflow and that sort of thing. And all of that together is a software community. And then tried to explain why people might not be involved in a software community, even if they want to be. So it's things like it takes a lot of time, right? I'm very lucky in that my current job gives me time to do open source contributions. It gives me time. Well, yeah, that is your job, right?
That is my job, actually.
So, part of my job is applying for conferences, and I get given time to do that, and I run meetups, and I get given time to do that. But that's not the case. I'm very lucky, and I appreciate I'm very lucky in that situation. So the aim was to try and encourage employers to help support financially, morally, their developers and other tech staff. That's a valuable investment, and that you can learn things, you can be reassured, and the value of community and supporting each other, which you can't come from an employer always. So you've got to build that community for resilience as a person. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree more with everything you've said.
Preaching to the converted here, aren't
exactly. I mean, I've been doing developer relations for maybe 15 years now, and like, I firmly believe that there is value, and not just because like I need my paycheck to make a living. There's a lot of values for the company. There's a lot of values for the individual also.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the fact that you touch about like the in-person stuff, also what you can do online, but also not just about like, and not just, I'm saying just, but it's not in a negative way, but like not just about like going to meetups and speaking. You also talk about giving back to open source, and this is kind of like a pet peeve of mine, where like, I don't think there is one company out there, maybe it's a bold statement, but one company out there that do not use open source. Like, everyone is benefiting from open source. Let's give back in a way or the other. And it's easier, I think, for a company to say like, okay, maybe you don't have a budget to like give to open source project. Maybe it's not possible for you to send people to a conference or to support a meetup, but there's a chance that like you use an open source project, a library, a framework, something, and there's a bug that annoys you. Try to find a win-win situation. There's something that annoys you, a feature that you're missing. Take the time to do it, but like give back.
Well, that's it. I've come across companies in the past who have forked an open source project, fixed a bug, and then not pull requested it back. And some of that is company policy, right? So it's as a developer at a company, it's not your right to say I can contribute back. So actually, it's unless an employer makes it clear to say, hey, if you do open source stuff, contribute it back. And it's something that, well, it's something that you can do as an employee. You can say, hey, we should be doing this. But really, it's on the heads of management to say, hey, let's contribute back and encourage that and make contracts so that you're allowed to do that.
Yes.
Because you're not always allowed to. I mean, we have very similar sort of IP lines in contracts you get in the US. They're not really enforceable in the UK, but they're still in the contracts, and it still scares people off from contributing to open source.
And I mean, I will never push people to do things that they're not allowed to do. No matter if it's good or bad, like this is the rule, like follow the rules. But yeah, if, as you said, like if you try to voice, not your concern, but like the fact that you want to do that and the fact that there's benefit. And we won't go too long on that, but like what I would tell people, like if you are a manager, if you're a person who would like to give back or participate in the community, and you're like, I'm not quite sure, like I understand the benefit, but I'm not quite sure how to sell that to the rest of the business, contact me. And I don't know if they can also like talk to you, but like I would be more than happy to talk to people and say like, hey, let me tell you like the benefits, and it can be like the overall benefit, but also like what is the pure benefit for the company? Because usually company, what they want is the sign of dollar at the end. And I understand, it's for-profit business, most of us. And as I said, I like to have my paycheck. So we need to make money at some point. But like there is business values to
and no one talks about that. People say there's sort of this social obligation to contribute to open source, or social obligation to fund open source projects. But that doesn't make sense. There are business cases for this as well. It's if you're not putting time and effort into an open source project, that open source project might not exist.
Exactly.
You don't have to own the open source project, but just a little bit of financial time or community engagement is really valuable.
Yeah. No, I agree. So thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much.
Will I see you at Code Garden?
I'll be there. Yep.
I'll be there too. That's going to be my first one, another Umbraco event. It seems like it's like one of the flagship events from Umbraco.
It is.
HQ.
It's like this, but more of it.
Wonderful. Looking forward to it. So thanks again for your time. It was a pleasure. Bye, everyone. See you at the next episode.